Hi there, folks, and welcome to the What Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 232. So, on Wednesday, it was President Joe Biden's inauguration ceremony, the 46th President of the United States. So, interestingly, he won with the record number of votes in a presidential election ever. But the really interesting part was that Donald Trump actually got the second highest number of votes ever in this election, despite finishing as runner up. So, 7 million fewer votes than Biden. So, how many votes did Joe Biden win? Well, he would have won 7 million more than the 74 million that Donald Trump won. So, 81 million votes. So part B is a tricky one. We have on what date was President Biden born? So we do know he was 78 years and 61 days old on the day of his inauguration ceremony. So if we count back, it did say it was on Wednesday. So if we count back to Wednesday, that would have been the 20th of January 2021. So what we can do is we can take off these 20 days and go back to the beginning of January, and what we'll do is we'll also go back to the beginning of December as well, because we know that that's going to be comfortably below 61 days. So 20 add 31 is 51 days. So what we can do then is we can go back another 10 days to take care of this 61 days here. So if we went back all of January and all of December, and we go back 10 days into November, 30 days has November and all that, that'll take us to the 20th of November 2020. Now that we've taken care of the 61 days, all we have to do is take care of the 78 years. So we're going to take that away from 2020 to get 1942. Put it all together, what have we got? Well, President Biden's date of birth is the 20th of November 1942. So well done if you got that right. So Part C's a brilliant bit of trivia, I love it. So although he's the 46th President of the United States, he's only the 45th man to take office. Can you explain why that is? So the obvious answer would be that there was a female president, but of course we haven't had one of them yet, very soon I think, and we've now got our first female vice president, which is great to see. But what I did do is I put all the past presidents here as a bit of a clue. So everyone from George Washington all the way through to Joe Biden himself. And if you looked closely, you would have noticed that Groveland Cleaver is the only president to have ever served two non-consecutive terms. So what that means is not in a row. So Barack Obama served 2 terms. Bill Clinton, I think, served 2 terms. But no president has ever served them non-consecutively, apart from Groveland Cleaver. So although Barack Obama served the same number of terms, they only count him as the president once, but whereas Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and the 24th president of the United States, which I think is really quite interesting. So anyway, good luck President Biden, big job in your hands I think. So on to the sports story, love it. Guinness World Records have confirmed that Newport goalkeeper Tom King has scored the longest ever goal in a competitive football match, 96.01 metres, straight from the goal kick. Haters will say that it was wind assisted, but what a wonderful effort. You should definitely watch it on YouTube if you get the chance. So what was the length of his kick in centimetres? So of course there's 100 centimetres in a metre. There'll be more centimetres, so we need to multiply by 100. So if we move everything up a place value, tens will become hundreds, then thousands, with all the digits following. So that will be 9,601 centimetres. So for millimetres, there are 100 centimetres in a metre, there's 10 millimetres in a centimetre, so we need to multiply by 1,000. So that'll be moving everything up 3 place values, which will come to 96,010 millimetres. But notice we could have just multiplied the centimetres by 10 as well. Okay, this time how many kilometres was it? Well, there's 1,000 metres in a kilometre. There'll be less kilometres therefore, so we need to divide by 1,000. So that means we would move everything down 3 place values. So tens would become units, tenths, hundredths. So it'll be 0 units, 0.0 tenths, 900 six thousandths, etc. So that'll be 0.09601 kilometres. Not bad for a kick out, is it? So that boy's hopefully going to be destined for greater things. So on to our ICT story. So we've got Call of Duty professional gamer Thomas Paparatto. He's stepping back from professional gaming due to a thumb injury. So Public Health actually advise young people to play computer games no longer than 30 minutes on weekdays and 2 hours on weekend days. So what's the maximum time a young person should spend playing a games console per week? So it's going to be 5 lots of 30 minutes for the weekdays, so that's 150 minutes. 2 hours on each weekend day, so 60 times 2 is 120. And of course there are 2 days at the weekend, so that would be 240 minutes for your weekend play. So that's going to be 150 add 240, which is 390 minutes. So we could change that into hours and minutes. How many times does 60 go into 390? Well, 60 goes in 6 times, so that's just 6 hours, which of course is 360 minutes, with 30 minutes left over. So 6.5 hours of console time at a maximum per week. I wonder if any of you go over that, and if you do, just be aware of the dangers of staring at your screen all that time. Maybe get outside, get into nature, and make your own discoveries, as Dr. Scott, the paleontologist from Dinosaur Train, would say. Anyway, on to our final story from education. Queen of the South, the Dumfries Football Club, have been trying to incorporate football themes into homeschooling to help parents at home, and they've been very successful. So one of the activities was they used player squad numbers for kids to practice their maths. So can you answer our Queen's questions? So part A, shields divided by oboli. So shields is 10, word divided by oboli, which is 5. So that's going to give us 2. Part B, Dobie squared. So Dobie's 11. And then to square a number, we times it by itself. So we'll be times it by 11. And if you know your 11 times table really well, that's 121. Now for the last one, it's naughty, which is 2, add Maxwell, which is 3, times Buchanan, which is 4, but watch out, it's not 2 add 3, which is 5, times by 4 is 20. It's an order of operations, BODMAS. We've got to do the multiply before the add. So 2 add 12, which is then going to give us a final answer of 14. So there you have it, folks, our solutions for this week. We hope you enjoyed solving the problems. Stay tuned for next week's edition, when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and bye for now.